All right, romantic feelings. Your feelings and excuse me, your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay. Well, damn. All right. Okay. What's going on here? What are we expressing? I love it. All right. You guys are fighting very hard to for something that you already have, though. Somebody, yeah, you guys are really working very hard to maintain something or to have something, but you already have it, right? And I feel like it's there's a lot of anxiety obviously coming up with this relationship here because you feel so strongly about this person, because you finally feel like you guys are in a good space, a good place. And honestly, the tower, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's changed, but I feel like ultimately, right, there's not a really big like push for anything. So typically on this side, this is where I read you guys, right? This is for, Pisces. This is the other person. Feel free to go into the other side if it doesn't resonate. But Pisces, you're coming in with the with tower energy, right? And you see this relationship as something that's definitely changed your entire life. It's changed your foundation. It kind of pulled you out of a situation. Now, I don't think that you've been saved, if that makes sense, but it's more of like some epiphany, some sort of realization came through, right? With the tower, it talks about destruction of the tower. Oh, excuse me, destruction of the foundation that the faulty foundation that the tower is sitting on. Right? This is about getting yourself, not getting yourself out of a situation, but more of like recognizing what wasn't stable in the first place and starting from scratch. And this is liberating. It can be, right? Just as much as it can be, full of destruction, right? Because, if you're in a place where you kind of feel like, you're, a mile high and you can't get down, then of course, right, the only way down is by blowing the place up. Right? The only way to get down is probably a dangerous way. But the point of it all is that there has been a very shocking realization about this relationship that I feel like is definitely not only caused you anxiety, but also inspires you to work on moving forward in your relationships. Now, the other person sees the six of swords. This is the mind area. This is the mind plane. Basically, what both parties think going into this relationship, and this person on this other end here thinks of this relationship as a process of moving forward. Moving forward to distant lands, right? I feel like this person maybe even wants to move, but the point of this six of swords for me isn't necessarily about physically moving. It's about of them moving forward, leaving the old behind, and accepting and embracing what can come of their journeys moving forward. So they're transitioning as much as you're changing as well, right? There's a lot of changes happening here. But this person here is like willingly leaving the past behind. Even though it may be difficult, they're looking towards the future and possibilities. They can't really see what's ahead of them, but they know that there is something there that they can always, utilize, they can always grow with. Okay? So, that being said, with this portion here, these two cards represent the body. This is how you see your partner, and this is how your partner sees you. And you have the 10 of Pentacles. So you guys are in a very stable position right now. You guys are in a good relationship. Or you guys are at least very stable and committed within the relationship. You feel that commitment. And the other person shows that they're in love. The King of Cups. This person's feeling the love, feeling the vibes, right? And this person is definitely allowing their emotions to flow through them because they are seeing the relationship from not from a different angle, but they are transitioning. They're leaving something old behind and leaving something behind and embracing something new, right? I think they're traveling to better pastures, if that makes sense. But they see this situation as them, as they see this relationship as their vessel of change, their vessel of transitioning, allowing them to be emotionally open, allowing them to feel their emotions a lot more sincerely, right? To be aware of what they feel, to be aware of what they want. And the 10 of Pentacles to me shows that you guys know that you guys have a very stable foundation. I think the realization is perhaps that you have always had this, right? I'm going to actually pull for the Tower. Okay, immediately comes out the Wheel of Fortune. So, yeah, this the realization of a second chance, another opportunity, a new opportunity, or a second chance at going to having happiness, or a second chance at something. Some of you guys, it may be that there's somebody that's come back unexpectedly, and it's some sort of unexpected situation where, or this is, something that's come back from the past is, definitely allowed you guys to have something new. I think you guys are starting something over, or taking advantage of a new opportunity. But this is a new opportunity at something that you may have, that you have a new chance at, if that makes sense. You're starting over, starting fresh, you're starting all over, and you didn't expect it to happen. And you're starting off solid with the Ten of Pentacles. I love it. Now, of course, the last two cards represent the spiritual aspects, which gives us a little bit of insight as to why everybody is showing what they're showing in their body and thinking the way they think. So for this individual, Pisces, this could be you, or this could be the other person. The reason why they have the Ten of Pentacles here in their body and the Tower in their mind is because of the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands does indicate to me that this person knows that there is another way to go down. There's another path. That there are plenty of options to get and to achieve what they want. And I feel like this person perhaps feels immense amount of pressure because of the things that they've achieved in literally out of the blue, no notice at all. Right? So they're in a committed relationship. They're ready to start something new. And this is an opportunity for them to do something differently. So it's about, they're stuck at a crossroads here. This person is looking at their situation from the circumstances of being hit with a new opportunity and taking it. And now they have to kind of go in a way that doesn't do what they've done in the past. Taking a different direction. Because, of course, the way they've been going down, obviously, they know for sure it doesn't work. Doesn't lead them to anywhere that they really want to go. So they have to make a decision about what their methods will be, how they're going to move forward, what path they're going to be taking to get to them towards happiness. So it makes sense for this person on this side to be very stressed out because they're looking at the situation from a place of not doubt, but where they have probably doubted any potential return, and boom, there it is. Right? I feel like this person is under immense amount of pressure, and this pressure is put on themselves because they don't want the same situation to come again. They don't want the outcome to happen again. The Tower, things completely changing and out of the blue and total destruction, because they finally got a place of stability here. They don't want this to be ripped away from them, which is understandable, which is why the King of Wands was brought you two together. You guys both connected with your passions, connected with what you wanted, and did what, took action based off of how you felt and what what pretty much motivated your actions in the first place, which is your emotions. What motivated you to get to this place, the King of Wands. But I feel like this ruthlessness is what also brought you two guys together as well. And I say ruthlessness meaning the willingness to not give up, the willingness to continue to fight for what you believe in, or continue to fight for what you truly have passion for, what you truly want, what you believe is yours. You put time and you put energy behind what what you were going after, what you were working, what you were doing to get this, right? Like you were really adamant about whatever this was. And that animacy, that passion for each other, that passion for the relationship is definitely what brought you two together. And I feel like most importantly, the confidence that you had in yourself to be able to love yourself in the way that you could, to see yourself in such a good light, this is what brought you two together anyway, because you guys have a better stance on how you see yourselves. But now, the challenge is the Three of Cups. Now, this is a weird one because the Three of Cups could be sure, right? You guys may not be together. You guys may be at a distance, right? This was why this person may be thinking about traveling. But this could also indicate here that there's a supporting factor that's needed. Somebody, supporting one another or celebrating being in the moment. Because the King of Wands and the Three of Cups, that's a party. That's a party right there. And I think the romantic feelings are so powerful, of course, that there is not a lot of looking at the situation from a very party perspective, because this situation just came out of the blue, right? You guys have this relationship all over again, either with someone new or someone that you already know, and you just want to find a path that you could go on that really, that works and resonates with the both of you guys, that gets you to where you guys want to be. But it's hard, to concentrate and focus on the present right now and go with what your heart wants in the moment, because, of course, right, the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune for this other person. Now, the Three of Cups here for this individual, this is for them. How it impacts them is the Six of Wands. They want to see success, and they want to be recognized. They want to recognize that the effort that they put in was successful. That was a good step, not just for the other person to to give them attention, because I don't think that's really what it is. I think it's more of them just feeling good about the steps they've taken, because they only care about about what they feel about it. Right? Not because they don't consider you Pisces, but they are looking from the standpoint of, does this make me happy? Does this make me feel good? Am I happy? Am I proud of what I've been doing and how far and how much I've done to get to this point so far? You know what I'm saying? So for this person here, I feel like the Three of Cups, it's about celebration for them. Celebrating where they are, celebrating the connection, the reunion, the closeness. The challenge is recognizing that you guys are together and enjoying that time together, rather than trying to focus on what can be done and what needs to be done right now and stressing out about something that's not really happening at this moment. There's no need to stress. There's no need to lose sleep. But of course, right, this connection to you guys is so strong and profound that of course you don't really want to fuck it up. You don't, you see the Tower as like potential for anything to go wrong, right? But you have this opportunity to do something differently that prevents all that from happening. And I feel like the real thing is just focusing on how you feel, being in the moment with the person, and not thinking about what steps you need to take right now. Whatever decision you made in the past, you've learned from it, right? And the way to show that you've learned from it is by doing completely the opposite of what you did last time. Right? By focusing on the moment. This person doesn't look like they're doing anything other than focusing in the moment. They're moving on from something. They're leaving something in the past. They're taking a voyage. They're going on some sort of journey, inner spiritual journey. And they're trying to get to a place where they can feel successful about it. But it starts by recognizing how they feel and exploring how they feel and being in the moment with how they feel. And I feel like it has, both parties have got to do that in order for there to be, for there to be truly, a gratitude towards the reconnection or the connection of this relationship between both parties. So, that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the Messenger Oracle for you guys. A new day's dawn. A new day dawns. This is practically the beginning. This is like the Fool card for the Messenger Oracle. So it's like taking this day one step at a time, guys. Don't rush it. Don't worry about it. Enjoy this brand new beginning. You're starting something completely fresh. You're starting something completely wonderful. You've got yourself here. Don't let your doubts of yourself or the situation or your history keep you from seeing the potential of greatness in the future, because there is potential for greatness in the future. But it starts by being in the present, by being where you are in the moment. Don't focus on where a relationship can lead. Don't focus on if we're going to get there, because you can get there. It's all about your attitude. It's all about your focus. It's all about what you want. And it starts by being present with who you are now. Because at the end of the day, right, because you could want this relationship to work, and you can make this relationship work, but you got to also maintain your boundaries, your stable place, because what happens down the line if something goes down, right? Somebody's testing your integrity of your own boundaries, right? that relationship is going on the path to test if you still are committed to yourself. And if this relationship shows more dominance over you yourself, things will come into place where you have to make a decision whether you commit to the relationship or commit to yourself. And at that point, you gotta have to make a decision, right? That's the point where you have to make a decision which was more important to you. But start by considering yourself now, so that way, if there is a test, or if there is something that comes up, or there's something here that really requires you guys to really focus on you, you can handle it. Alright, but focus right now on just the present. Don't worry about nothing else. You have a new beginning coming, or a new beginning that's happening right now. And all you guys have to do right now is truly enjoy it and embrace it and explore each other's feelings. Explore your own especially. But alright, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go.